What did it really mean to be a child in the Middle Ages? Forget what you know about playgrounds and bedtime stories. For medieval children, life was a brutal initiation into a world that rarely forgave weakness. The very act of being born wasn't enough. In parts of Scandinavia, a baby wasn't considered fully human until the father sprinkled water on its forehead in a special ritual. Until then, the newborn was in a kind of legal limbo and could be abandoned without consequence. In poor families, where every mouth meant less food for the rest, sick or weak infants were sometimes left in the woods. That wasn't cruelty, that was survival. Even accepted children faced staggering odds. Nearly half died before the age of 7, and while disease and poor sanitation played a role, so did sheer neglect. Babies were crushed by livestock in one-room homes, fell from cradles that were rocked too hard, or suffocated while sleeping next to their mothers. Confessors even asked women, "Did you smother your child in your sleep?" Among the wealthy, deaths occurred for the opposite reason: too much care. The monk Berthold of Regensburg wrote bitterly about noble women who overfed their babies to death. While peasants starved, noble infants died of gluttony. A medieval irony. At age 7, childhood ended. Children became workers, apprentices, even warriors. A 7-year-old boy might tend sheep, wield a scythe, or begin military training. Playtime? That was a foreign concept. And then there were executions, public ones. Children were brought along as moral lessons. Witnessing blood and death was considered part of their education. Privacy? There was none. In tiny medieval homes, even a couple's intimacy was on display for their children. By age 10, a child could be tried in court, and even executed. Icelandic sagas proudly recount boys avenging their fathers' deaths, earning praise for their courage and brutality. Discipline was merciless. Medieval thought, especially in religious circles, held that children were born with sin. Beating them was seen not as punishment, but as salvation. Manuals like the Russian Domostroy stated bluntly, "If you strike your child with a rod, he will not die, but grow stronger." One eerie tale tells of a young man sentenced to die for theft. Before his execution, he asked to see his father. When the old man approached, the boy bit his nose and said, "This is for never beating me when I needed it." The court, astonishingly, understood his point. One of the most jarring customs was sending children to live with strangers, nobles for alliances, peasants for training, often leaving behind letters filled with sorrow and longing. And yet, it wasn't that parents didn't love their children. Historical letters reveal genuine concern, tenderness, even fear for their well-being. But love in those days often meant preparing your child for a merciless world.